Ayo! And what is up, gang? Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel once again today. Honestly, there's really not been much news, but we haven't done a video in a while, and there's not much I really want to talk about, but there's one thing we can touch base on, and that is going to be the incoming Superstar Shakeup. So come on and join me as we are here to talk about all of that right here and right now. Let me fix the champ's belt here for a second on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it, guys.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
It has been way too long since we've been doing a video this week, because there really has been nothing at all that has piqued my interest enough to talk about. I am Nick Nightmare. I am your host for this evening's broadcast and every broadcast right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, brought to you by Sledgehammer TV and the good folks here at YouTube.com. And let's be straight, you guys. Don't forget the champ. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. Don't forget the champ, Blue the Snowball Microphone, who is always here to bring me to you crystal clear and tried and true. So let's get this shit underway, because really there's nothing. I mean, there's been a lot of little things here and there, but nothing that I want to waste my breath on. Braun Strowman cursing out Karen Jarrett. Who gives a shit? Really? Who gives a shit? And do I want to hear about the fact that the Monster Among Men was down on his knees, groveling to the ex-wife of Kurt Angle when she made it perfectly clear to him who the fuck she actually was? I don't want to fucking hear this, and I really could care less. This is not news. It's not news. It's only news in the fact that somebody associated with Global Force interacted with somebody associated with WWE. Other than that, this is a fucking bullshit story that is an absolute non-issue, and that is the last we are going to speak of it. The one thing, not the first thing, the one thing that we are really here to talk about is the incoming Superstar Shakeup that is being proposed by Vince McMahon to follow the spectacular of the summer, Summerslam, which will be right over here in Brooklyn, just a few steps away from my house. And I don't understand why he would feel it necessary to shake things up again unless he finally came to the realization that nothing they're doing is working. However, they do have some plans in place on Monday Night Raw that if they actually do follow through with this train of thinking and this storyline, will have a lot of fans' interest peaked, just as mine already is, and that is the babyface tag team pairing of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, who will obviously, just based on their name power alone, be challenging the Raw Tag Team Champions at some point in this storyline. That would be the purpose of it. If it starts to come to fruition now and ends up at SummerSlam, that would be great. I think Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose being relegated to the mid-card has really sucked for both of them. They've kind of just been pushed to the side. They've been forgotten about. They are definitely not in Universal title picture as of this moment. So this is a fantastic way to use these guys. You need tag teams more than you need air right now to fucking breathe. Because the tag team division on both shows is absolute shit, as we've been talking about. And it's only getting worse and worse with the dissolving of tag teams, which is happening nearly almost every week now. So, as far as the Superstar Shakeup is concerned, if you're walking down this very intriguing path, I don't want anything to screw that up. I don't want them to now, we'll have Dean Ambrose back on SmackDown. Or maybe we need to move Seth Rollins to SmackDown. They'll probably be World Tag Team Champions at the time when they decide to do this. Because that's the WWE frame of mind right now. They're going day to day, hour to hour probably. Maybe even less than that. Probably minute to minute on every single decision before they hit air. No matter what show we're talking about. And the Superstar Shakeup, the only thing that should be shaken up is the divisions as a whole. If you wanted my opinion, I would say leave everybody where they are. Do not move any pieces whatsoever, because we've only just finally gotten accustomed to the roster as it is. There are times on this show that I forget who's on what fucking show, because it needs a little more time to come together, at least in my brain. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm talking about Bray Wyatt and I still feel like he's on SmackDown because they just keep shifting gears so often and moving this guy here, moving that guy there, that the brand split almost means absolutely nothing. So the best thing that they could do to shake up the superstars right now would be to shake up the divisions and absolutely designate each division to a particular show so that all the talents can be showcased. And I know you spend all this fucking money on all these different belts. Who cares? Unify the titles. Make one all-encompassing, beautiful new one. Or keep the red one if you send the girls to SmackDown. Keep the blue one if you leave the girls on Raw. Just leave it as is and retire the other one until you decide to do some shit with it another few years from now. Because that is the only thing that can save the WWE. Having the tag team division be a division and featured on one particular show would force people to have to watch that show to see the tag teams. Also, the same could be said for the women's division. You put the women's division on Raw, women's wrestling fans are going to watch Monday Night Raw for the women's action as long as you book it and give them time to perform and do it fucking right. That's what needs to be shaken up. I don't need to see this one going here and that one going there anymore. The New Day just fucking showed up on SmackDown. What are you going to do? You're going to break them up? Is that going to be part of this fucking shakeup? You're going to break up all the tag teams in lieu of this so-called tag team tournament that they're supposedly planning later on in the year? I don't understand why he would think shaking up the rosters is a thing that needs to be. It doesn't. The rosters are fine as they are. Everybody is where they need to be. And John Cena should only be on SmackDown. There is no need for him to be hopping back and forth. I don't give a shit how old he is or how much time he thinks he has left. Designate yourself to one brand and help that brand be the best that it can possibly fucking be. Possibly and fuck in the same word. But that's all I can really say. That's it. That's what the Superstar Shakeup should be. You can consider this like a teaser episode. Because like I said, there's nothing else to talk about. I don't give a shit about anything else that is happening in the world of pro wrestling except for this possible shakeup. And the only thing that should be shaken up is the divisions, not the superstars themselves. But I'm almost fucking positive that is not the direction that they are going to go. Thank you guys for joining me. This was just a quick, little editorial blip edition of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. If you want to see some more, feel free to check out every single video that we have available to you on this channel, from the Superstar Spotlight to, our funny fake interview with Seth Rollins. We got WrestleCrate unboxings, Raw and SmackDown reviews, anything that you want, anything that you see that tantalizes your eyeballs. Get your eyeballs on there. And, as I want you to do right now, smash the thumbs up button for me. Let me know you liked what you're seeing here and that you agree with what I'm talking about. If you don't, or if you do, leave a comment down below. Don't be shy. I don't bite and I don't fight back unless you're a fucking douche. And don't be a douche in my comment section or you'll find yourself on the bench. And I welcome everybody's input. I love wrestling fans and I love to talk to each and every one of you. That is what I think about what we got to do for the Superstar Shakeup. I am Nick Nightmare. Thank you for joining me and the champ of microphones, Blue, the snowball microphone, for this edition of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Probably the fastest edition I've ever gotten done, and I'm very proud of that. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are out of here, and thank you for watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching, guys.